Most people will die with their potential still inside them. Not because they weren't smart enough, not because they weren't talented enough, but because they never focused long enough to master anything. In a world drowning in distraction, discipline has become rare, and mastery almost extinct. We've been sold the lie that we can chase everything and somehow win. But the truth is this: if you try to be everything, you'll fail at everything. The people who rise, who dominate, who leave a legacy, they don't do more, they do less, with more intensity, more precision, more purpose. This is the hard truth no one wants to hear, but if you've got the courage to face it, and the fire to do something about it, then this message is for you. You've heard it 1,000 times. You can have it all. But what if I told you that the key to having it all isn't in trying to have it all? What if the secret to success is not in spreading yourself thin, chasing every opportunity, every dream, every distraction that comes your way? What if the secret is simply in mastering one thing, and then doing it better than anyone else? We live in a world obsessed with multitasking, where every moment of every day is packed with noise, demands, distractions, and an endless list of things to do. We tell ourselves we can do it all. We think that to be successful, we need to be everywhere, do everything, and be perfect in every area of our lives. But here's the truth. Most people fail at everything because they try to master nothing. They want it all, but in the process, they never take the time to dive deep enough into any one thing to make it their own. They never dedicate themselves to the grind, to the relentless pursuit of expertise in one area. So they end up scattered, overwhelmed, and exhausted, and in the end, they don't master a single thing. Think about it. Edison didn't master electricity by dabbling in farming, or designing bridges, or trying his hand at banking. No, he mastered one thing, the light bulb. Henry Ford didn't become the titan of the automobile industry by trying to be a jack of all trades. He focused all his energy on the assembly line, on efficiency, on the future of transportation. Walt Disney didn't create the empire of dreams by splitting his focus between theme parks, movies, and tech. He mastered the art of storytelling. One thing. You see, success isn't about spreading your energy in 1,000 different directions. It's about laser-sharp focus. It's about choosing one path and committing to it with everything you have. Because mastering one thing isn't just about skill. It's about discipline. It's about resilience. It's about purpose. Most people fail because they don't have the patience or the courage to focus. They jump from one thing to the next, following the next shiny object, thinking they'll stumble across success by sheer chance. But that's not how it works. Success isn't random. Success is built on clarity. It's built on the belief that you are capable of mastering one thing, no matter how daunting it may seem at first. You can't be everything. You can't do everything. But you can master something, and that one thing can change your life. When you focus on one thing, you stop wasting energy. You stop spreading yourself so thin that you can barely see progress. Focus allows you to make real progress, to break through the barriers that hold you back. It's the kind of focused energy that Edison put into his hundreds of light bulb prototypes, knowing failure wasn't the end, but the process of discovery. And that's where belief starts. You have to believe that what you're mastering, that one thing, is worth your time. You have to believe in its potential. Most people fail because they don't believe in what they're doing. They doubt themselves, their choices, their potential. They listen to the voices of doubt, the voices of those who say, it's too hard, it's too risky, it's too late. But let me tell you this, if you believe in your vision, you'll find the courage to commit to it. You'll find the strength to push through the failures, the setbacks, the days when it feels like nothing is working. Belief is what fuels the fire of perseverance. And it doesn't have to be a grand vision. It doesn't have to be some world-changing, earth-shattering dream. But it has to be something you can commit to. It has to be something you wake up every morning excited to do. You won't master something you don't love. You won't keep pushing if you don't believe that it's worth every ounce of effort. Take a moment right now to think about that one thing. That one thing that, if you dedicated yourself to it, could change everything. Don't worry about being perfect at it. Don't worry about the hurdles in your path. Focus on the first step, believe it's worth it. The second step is where most people drop the ball, clarity. Clarity is what separates the amateurs from the masters. You can't master something unless you know exactly what you're working toward. But here's the thing, clarity doesn't come from waiting for the perfect plan. Clarity comes from taking action. It comes from jumping in, feeling the discomfort, and adjusting your course as you go. It comes from trying, failing, and learning from each mistake until you finally figure out what works. When you lack clarity, you flounder. You lose sight of the bigger picture. You get bogged down in small, meaningless tasks. You get stuck in your head, asking, am I doing this right? Is this the best way? Is this the right thing? But when you have clarity, you stop asking those questions. You know exactly what needs to be done. You know what actions to take. You know what sacrifices to make. and you make them with absolute certainty. Most people fail because they never develop that clarity. They wander, searching for answers, looking for shortcuts, waiting for the right time. But the truth is, there's never a perfect time. There's never a perfect moment to start. The only time that matters is right now. Now, let's talk about purpose. Purpose is the compass that keeps you on track when the road gets tough. It's the North Star that guides you through the storm. If you're chasing success without purpose, you're simply chasing an illusion. You're moving in circles. Purpose is what gives your effort meaning. When you master one thing, it's not just for the sake of achieving personal success. It's for something greater. It's for impact. Your purpose might be to create something that changes lives. Your purpose might be to build a business that gives you the freedom to live life on your terms. Your purpose might be to provide for your family or to give back to your community. Whatever it is, purpose is what makes your mastery of one thing meaningful. And here's the truth, without purpose, you will burn out. You will hit roadblocks and quit. But with purpose, you'll find the strength to push through even when the world is telling you to give up. Purpose fuels the relentless drive to keep moving forward. Now, we're getting to the tough part, discipline. There's no such thing as success without discipline. Discipline is the muscle that carries you when motivation fades. And believe me, motivation will fade. There will be days when you don't feel like getting out of bed, days when you question why you're even doing this, days when you feel like all your efforts are for nothing. But that's when discipline kicks in. Discipline shows up when the motivation is gone. Discipline is what keeps you in the game when everything inside of you wants to quit. It's the willingness to put in the work when no one is watching. It's the ability to push through the pain, the fear, the doubts, and the setbacks, because you know that the reward is worth the struggle. Most people fail because they give in to the moment. They let their feelings decide their actions. They let a bad day or a small setback derail them. But the winners, the masters, are the ones who keep going when it's hard. They trust the process. They trust the grind. And in the end, it's the grind that makes them great. And finally, it's about resilience. Resilience isn't about never falling. It's about how you rise when you do. You will fail. You will fall. You will face obstacles that seem insurmountable. But your ability to bounce back, to adapt, to learn from those failures, that's what separates the masters from the rest. Resilience is the secret weapon of every successful person in history. Thomas Edison failed thousands of times before he created the light bulb. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination. Abraham Lincoln lost nearly every election he ever ran in. But that didn't stop him from becoming one of the greatest presidents in history. What kept them going wasn't their ability to avoid failure. It was their ability to turn failure into fuel. They understood that the road to mastery is built on resilience. It's built on getting up every time life knocks you down and saying, "I'm not finished yet." So now is the time to stop spreading yourself thin, to stop trying to do it all. Choose that one thing you can commit to, that one thing you can master. Build the belief that you can do it. Develop the clarity to know exactly what needs to be done. Find the purpose that drives you to keep going when the road gets tough. And build the discipline and resilience that will carry you through the hard times. You are one decision away from mastering something that could change your life forever. It won't be easy. It will be messy. It will challenge you in ways you never imagined. But the reward, the real reward, will be the mastery you achieve. And when you master one thing, you won't just change your life. You'll change the world around you. Because mastery isn't just a personal triumph, it's a ripple effect. When you master one thing, you become a beacon. People feel it. They see the precision in your work. They hear the confidence in your voice. They're moved by the conviction behind your actions. You don't have to shout. You don't have to convince. You become the proof. You become the person who didn't quit. The one who didn't settle for mediocrity. The one who didn't scatter their energy chasing every fleeting trend, every passing goal. You become the one who chose the path few are willing to walk and stayed on it until it broke open. That's what mastery does. It turns your name into a legacy. Not because you were lucky. Not because you were born with something special. But because you made a decision that most people are too afraid to make. You decided to go all in. And make no mistake, it is a decision. Not a feeling. Not a phase. Not a mood. A decision. A line in the sand. A choice to stop dabbling in possibility and start dominating in purpose. You want freedom? Focus. You want greatness? Grind. You want clarity? Commit. You want to stop failing at everything? Then stop doing everything. Stop jumping ship every time the waves get rough. Pick something. One thing. Dig in so deep that when others look at you, they say, "He was built for this. She was born for this." Even if you weren't. Even if you just decided one day that this is who you're going to become, and then backed it up with action day after day after day. Because that's what mastery is. Action multiplied by belief, fueled by purpose, sustained by discipline, and forged in the fire of resilience. You've got to stop thinking in terms of outcomes and start thinking in terms of identity. You don't want to achieve something, you want to become someone. That's the real prize. That's what the world can't take from you. Money can disappear. Opportunities can vanish. Applause fades. But who you've become, the person who shows up no matter what, that's unshakable. And the reason most people never make it? They're waiting for permission, waiting for confidence, waiting for clarity to fall from the sky, waiting for someone to choose them. But you're not here to be chosen. You're here to choose yourself. You don't wait for clarity, you create it. You don't wait to feel ready, you move and become ready in the process. You don't need a perfect roadmap. You need a reason so strong that it pulls you forward even in the dark. And here's something else the world won't tell you. The mastery is in the monotony. It's in the early mornings when no one's clapping. It's in the late nights when your body is tired and your brain is screaming for rest. It's in the silence when the doubt creeps in and you show up anyway. The masters fall in love with the repetition. They understand that what looks boring to the world is sacred to the disciplined. They show up not because they feel like it, but because they decided long ago that showing up is who they are. You're not falling behind. You're not too late. You haven't missed your chance, but you are at a crossroads. Keep doing what everyone else is doing, chasing, quitting, switching lanes every time it gets hard, and you'll keep getting what everyone else has, regret. Or decide today, right now, to master one thing. One idea, one skill, one path, and master yourself in the process. Let that mastery be your anchor when the storms come. Let it be your message when you've got no words left. Let it be your gift to the world, because this world doesn't need more noise. It doesn't need more dabblers. It needs more masters. People who went deep when everyone else stayed shallow. People who stayed the course when others gave in. People who bet on themselves and won. So what's it going to be? Another day of scattered effort? Another month of chasing the next big thing? Another year of starting over? Or a life of impact built on mastering what matters most? The world is waiting. The clock is ticking. And your one thing, your real thing, is waiting for you to stop trying everything and finally go all in. You want to know why most people fail? It's because they never choose. They never pick one thing, plant their flag, and say, "This is mine. This is the mountain I will climb. This is the thing I will master." But you're not most people. You didn't come here to stay lost in the crowd. You came to rise. You came to lead. You came to master one thing so well that the world has no choice but to notice. And now there's only one question left to ask. Will you keep failing at everything? Or finally choose to master the one thing that could change your life forever? The clock is ticking. Your future is waiting. And the next move is yours.